Craving a bagel but need it gluten-free and dairy-free? Say hello to your new favorite. Customize your bagel from everything to cinnamon, raisin, or berry, all with chewy, satisfying bites and none of the allergens. Let's bake off the bagels for breakfast. We need 1 3/4 cup of hot water, 100 to 110 degrees, with 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of yeast. Let this set until you notice bubbles forming on the top. Meanwhile, combine your dry ingredients. 1½ cups of sorghum flour, 2/3 cup of brown rice flour, and 1½ cups of tapioca starch. You'll also need 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix until well combined. I can already tell my yeast is happy by this fine bubble film starting to form. It's only been 3 minutes, but I know this yeast is good. Next, we need to add 3 tablespoons of psyllium husk to our wet ingredients. Combine these thoroughly. Let it set briefly so it begins to gel. The more you let it set, the stiffer your dough will be. It's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that this is very much jelly. I'm going to combine the liquids and the flours. At some point, I find it easier just to knead on the counter. Once your dough is fully combined, go ahead and divide it into 8 pieces. Take each piece and use your hands to shape it into a disc. Then use your finger and thumb to make a hole in the center. This is also the time to add anything that you want within your bagel. I'm going to be adding blueberries to one and cinnamon and raisins to the other. For blueberries, I found that 9 to 12 berries is just about perfect, as many as you can squish into the dough without them popping out. While you're forming the bagel, try to make sure all the blueberries are tucked in. This will help it bake without burning. Isn't that beautiful? For the cinnamon raisin, I am doing about a tablespoon of raisins and about a 1/16 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Same thing with the raisins. While you're forming the bagel, you want to poke them in and cover them up as much as possible. And there we go. Place this on a cookie sheet to allow them to begin rising. Cover with a towel and allow it to rise for at least 1 hour. Put a large pan of water on to boil Once your bagels have been rising for 1 hour, then preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Once your water is boiling and your oven is preheated, you'll begin to boil the bagels. Boil for about 30 seconds on each side. Return the boiled bagels to the silicone baking machine. Immediately, while they are still moist, top with your desired toppings. I'm doing an everything bagel with the aspects of the everything seasoning that I am not allergic to, which include minced dried onion and poppy seeds. Now the bagels are ready to bake at 400 for 25 to 30 minutes until they're starting to brown on the bottom. Ooh, don't these look beautiful? Allow the bagels to cool completely before chowing down. Okay, time for the inside reveal. Ooh, look at that. Cinnamon raisin. And everything. Ooh, isn't that beautiful?